Okay, let's go.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And that gets things running. Fabio Cannavaro, Jim. Some people credit him with making... And he shoots!
Oh my god.
Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Good.
He's got tall. Oh, denied brilliantly.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game.
Cavani shot.
And now they can spring out of defence. Simons. He's through here. Good read, needed to be. Xavi Simons. He's tried one! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Mbappe, chance for a shot! It's run loose, who's going to get there? He's on it, can he get away? So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Now this could be a chance. Oh, he's burst through. Decent chance! And he's done it! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Van Dijk. Oh, can he get onto this? That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vermeer. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Looking to play him in. Konate kept his eye on it, and he's there. He's got away. Picked out brilliantly. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Xavi Simons. Cavani.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Saliba has a look up and drives it forward. Cross flung in towards the middle. Beckenbauer. Vermeer. Foden. And it's Lopez. And it's Lopez. And it's oh, shooting chance! Has a shot! What a hit! What a hit! A rocket anthem! He's got himself an absolute peach. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
He has given that the lot. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So there was the first half.
Well, for us neutrals, this is fantastic. If you're a fan from either side, it's unpleasant. And as for the managers, check your heart rate.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. And we are already promptly back underway. And he's picked it up out wide. This looks promising. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone.
Injury.
Yellow or red? It is red. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, he had a decision to make, Peter, and it's worked out badly.
This looks promising in terms of distance and angle.
This is the sort of thing he craves, a chance to make a telling impact.
coming up. Went with his head but couldn't steer it in. So their fourth corner of the game. Up he goes!
What a save,
Oh,
Courtois.
terrific save from the keeper.
Cavani is offering a right smile there.
They're up to 5 corners now. Xavi Simons goes short. Madrid are looking to go forward now. Rodri. Lopez. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Chouameni. Iwobi.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Serginho's shot! Oh, taken with style! And again they hit the front. Certain,
Cavani.
searing and imperious.
Superb timing to generate that power, threw a really strong neck behind it, and he gave the keeper little opportunity.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. So we have a breakthrough. Now, how will things develop from here?
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Now it's Hazard. All perfectly measured that. Maradona. Maradona! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Hazard wins the duel this time. Good ball over the top. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Iwobi. Now that looks a decent ball, and that could set him on his way. Oh, well played.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know,
It goes for a shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Lookman. Maradona.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
that clear. Great vision. Threads one in. That is a brilliant interception.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And it's Forlan. Back into the middle, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Maradona. Now it's Foden. Tries to play it through. Alvarez! The message is simple. Defend this with your lives. Punched away. And that will be the final act. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, I think the manager can take a great deal of satisfaction with this win. It was a solid game plan that worked pretty well.
The choreography, the camaraderie, the fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So off we go then.
Giuliano Belletti will undoubtedly have a very busy game here, Peter. He's good going in both directions and has a very impressive penchant.
One of those who's become a cult hero for every club he's represented. Famously, of course, 3 years in Catalonia and 1 goal. The winner in a European final.
Yeah, well, who could forget that? But first and foremost, I see him as someone who always puts in an honest shift. He'll do everything his manager asks him to do and will rarely let you down.
Oh, that's a very... There's the shot! And he's done it!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good.
He's going for goal! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
That's a decent clearance. And a chance! He's missed, but not by that far. This is their second corner of the game. Firm header, just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
So, third corner of the game. Cleared away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Bale. Bale. Bale puts the ball in. He rises! And he's straight offside. Chouameni kept his eye on it, and he's there. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Nunez proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And it's Conte. Bale, very much a man of this moment. And this is Bale. Crosses it, chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now it's Hazard.
Bangladesh certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Rijkaard. Oh, easy pickings there. Rijkaard. And it's Kimmich. Nakamura. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And the second half gets underway.
Bangladesh really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And he's got his range wrong there. Time and again they are repelled. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Forlan. And here's Rui Costa. Takes a shot! And that's off target.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Here it is, cross shot, surely! It's in! And this is getting better and better. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
He's picked his way through. That is some save from Khan. Bale, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
Aimed beyond the defence. Forlan, big header! And it's there! And they are pulling clear here. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Rijkaard. Now, can they get him away? He shifted it to the flank. Chance to deliver. Now, can he find a finish? Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Looking to play him in. They've got a corner here. Corner number 4 coming up here. And that has been cleared. And now they can spring out of defence. Owen.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
And the shot's on here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Can he get it through? And it's Robertson. Knocks it into space. Rijkaard. Xavi Simons. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Bangladesh desperately failing to impose themselves.
New CF, his run making so good.
Your father?
I play long ball counter. Convert to long ball counter. Gonzalo Ramos, Haaland. He need double touch, must be.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon.
Okay, yes.
Well, we're on the way.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing, and that he basically excels at. He's fantastic. Once he comes inside, anything is possible.
And the shot!
What a save, Oliver.
That has been knocked clear.
What a save.
Very nicely done. Cross flung in towards the middle. Khan deals with that nice and simple. Could move up a gear here. Aimed beyond the defence. He's in a good position here. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Schwaumeri. And this is Hazard. Hazard! That is decidedly lacking. So it is still 0-0. Looking for options for movement. Now this could be a chance. Well, they've got it back in a hurry.
Goal.
Can he finish? And he's done it! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And it's Hazard. Rijkaard is always looking to break lines.
He's
Well
running
played, well
so
sorted out. That pass has been well intercepted. Olise. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Great vision.
See?
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Munier.
He's got two. They've done it! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye.
Hello.
What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
So that's two now without reply.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
He's picked his way through. There's a oh no, what has happened here? Goes for a shot! It's a goal! Just one goal in it now! Game on! How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Liverpool get themselves back into contention.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
And that is expertly dealt with. Rijkaard. Azar. Now it's Bale. Oh, Red, nice interception. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. We expected better, and so did he. Iwobi goes steaming forward. Rijkaard concedes a free kick for that. So,
Okay, one
is it
versus one,
really plausible
no
to have a
problem,
hit from
brother.
here? And it's Sané. Sané will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. That has ended up in no man's land. Oh, this looks sharp. Azar. Liverpool looking to pass their way through. He has found the way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Azar. So we've reached the hour mark. And he's chosen to go back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
And he was alert to it. Now it's Olise. Oh, that's fabulous. He's having a go. Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Knocks it into space. And this is Sané. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Bale. That has been cut short. And it's Iwobi. Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brilliant. Chance for a shot! He has done it! Do not write them off! Back they come! They fall sourced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Bale is having a shot! That is special! Gareth Bale! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Cannavaro calmly anticipates. Can he get it through?
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Great chance! He's got a goal! Dying minutes, and we're all square again. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Run.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This
Gotta
is
go,
great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough...
He's had a shot! And he's gone looking for safety. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Tries to play it through, and he welcomes it in.
Yes.
And that is as far as it goes. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most like...
Okay, come 1 versus 1. So Balu team, balanced team. Okay, let's go.
to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. The action has already started.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
And what's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true. Just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And here's Mbappe. Vitinha. Rafinha. And here's Mbappe. Played into space.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Kukçu charging forward, the ball at his feet. Rafinha.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Rafinha looking sharp there.
Oh, Sargento.
Pacho. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's in a great position here. Terrific header!
Nice.
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Vitinha. Nicely shaped ball. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And there's the shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase. Oh, what has happened here? Xavi Simons. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Looking for options for movement. Cross needs to be good. Brilliantly cut out. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Nuno Mendes. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. And Mendes. Marquinhos. Pacho. And it's Rijkaard. Here's Vitinha. Rafinha. Xavi Simons. There's the whistle for half-time. A decent enough
Nice
half,
play,
but
bro.
neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So, your views on the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And we are back underway.
Bangladesh really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
And it's Simons. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. Goes for a shot! And again! They've scored! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter. But you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Serginho is in a really good position out wide. Danger averted for
Cross
now.
ছিল
Ball's gone out of play.
mistake
Serginho gets into some
offside
space. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
run
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
oh my right
Kunde. Pacho spots it and intercepts. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. 1-0 the score. Mbappe.
Santos really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So
What
good from him.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. That's been
Keep passing,
intercepted.
man.
He read that really well and stopped it.
1-0 as we head towards the end. Into the last 5 minutes. Oh, what a mistake!
Santos really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look. And that will be it. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Darwin picking up the man of the match.
next okay next attacking if you want friendly comment please one versus one
This is a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick his spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Vitinha. Santos have got it back and they'll have another go. Big chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now, can they get him away? And this is Sané, played in by Sané. And it's safely in the keeper's hands.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And it's Bellingham. Sané. The ball has bounced loose now. Cross goes in there. There's the header! And it's a goal! Broad smiles all round. It is indeed a fine, fine header.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Bellingham did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Sané. Sané with the cross. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Santos clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Kukcu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Oh, easy pickings there. Marquinhos. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Oh, what a mistake! He's got away. And Batistuta! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And it's half-time here. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Leading 1-0 at the break. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Bellingham, and this is Sané. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, cracking ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Look at the space here. So we've reached the hour mark. And here's Ramos. Oh, he's had a shot!
Wow,
He
nice
has
one.
done it! Santos are all square. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing. Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Rijkaard. Azar. Strong running down that left flank. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Played out wide. Rafinha. That's very neat. Vitinha. Now it's Azar. Azar.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace. Santos clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay... And the shot! Really well taken goal. Into the lead once more. Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
Looking for options for movement, and he's managed to get free. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary.
Bangladesh really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
And the shot! He's scored! Dying minutes, and we're all square again! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
And that will be it. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts, highly